True to predictions, the left in the United States has been forced to eat its words. Of course, it won't admit that, but it is now well established from a number of reports that the COVID-19 virus, otherwise known as the coronavirus, emanated from a laboratory in Wuhan, China. The left has been saying, no, it came from a market, a Chinese market. And the only reason that they say these things is because people like yours truly have said that, in fact, it came from a lab in Wuhan, China, that was a bioweapons lab. But you know what? It makes no difference whether it was a bioweapons lab or a lab in general. It was released, and the virus was manufactured from bats. Otherwise, we could call it bat something else, but it's too terrible to even joke about. We have been taking action at Freedom Watch to hold the communist Chinese accountable. We filed a class action lawsuit in Dallas, Texas. We now have over 900 putative plaintiffs that want to join, probably go over 1,000 today. It's going to go into the tens, if not hundreds of thousands by the time this thing is over. And it's why we need your support, because the American people don't need to pay for the damage. The communist Chinese should pay for the damage, and they can afford it. They have billions of dollars of assets in this country that once we get a jury verdict can be attached. And we've also brought lawsuits in foreign countries, such as in Israel. Same thing. And we're gathering information there as well from experts. All of this information is usable in the United States and elsewhere. The Chinese have committed crimes against humanity. There's no doubt about it. We have a criminal case that we filed in The Hague, Holland, at the International Criminal Court. I'm confident that that court's going to start a criminal proceeding. We want to see the president of China, Xi, and his evil Politburo thrown in prison with the key to the lock thrown away for life. Now, criminal court doesn't yield capital punishment, but life imprisonment will certainly do in this instance. We have FOIA lawsuits to get to the bottom of why our intelligence agencies did not advise the president of this threat. They have mass surveillance capabilities. Clearly, they knew. It's not even that they should have known. They knew. Satellite, human intelligence. They have the ability, and they obviously knew what was going on, withheld it because they were setting President Trump up, as they did during various witch hunts, GPS, Fusion GPS, Steele dossier, and other things to bring him down. And then we have a lawsuit for Ben Stein, the first filed, by the way, against the government of California with regard to the abridgment of our civil liberties. That hack, dishonest network, Fox News, it passes itself off as slightly conservative, fails to report anything that your Freedom Watch is doing. And that's why it's very important that we have Radio America and we have other outlets to tell the people what is going on. It's a long story about Fox, but I've been fighting with them for years. They're the most unethical network on the air, despite the fact that they appear to be ideologically closer to we conservatives, libertarians, people of faith, and others of similar ilk. The Congress, they're out to lunch. Who knows where they are? Hanging out in their basements, probably, with masks. One congressman, or at least a senator, proposed that the Chinese pay. But you know what? Legislation isn't going to do it. Court judgments will do it. And that's why you need to support Freedom Watch, because we are getting into a period where we're more than bankrupt. This country is going down the drain. We're close to a Great Depression. And the American people don't need to empty out their pockets to pay for the damage that was done. Emptying out pockets that will have to be paid back in the future, bankrupting the country even further, sending our kids and grandchildren into even greater poverty. And that's my message for today, is that we need patriots in this country. We need you. Freedom Watch has a Justice League. You are the superheroes, not the clowns on Capitol Hill, not the deep state that's trying to take down the president and the intelligence communities, not even the courts, most of the courts. But we have found a good court with regard to our class action lawsuit, and we're hopeful that this judge will put his foot down and allow the case go to a jury trial as our founding fathers envisioned, get a judgment, and then attach the Chinese assets. And that's something else. The president needs to stop tweeting and actually acting. He needs to freeze these Chinese assets so they're available, that we can collect at the end of the day. And I urge you not just to go to freedomwatchusa.org and join the class action and join our Justice League and contribute with tax-deductible contributions, because this is extremely expensive. But I urge you to contact the White House. Just Google it. Tell the president to freeze the Chinese assets. Tell him to instruct his worthless Attorney General, Bill Barr, who refuses to indict anybody involved in the witch hunts, or for that matter, do anything else of value other than appeal the dismissal of Bundy's indictment, Cliven Bundy's indictment, which is an absolute outrage that the Trump Justice Department is doing that. Tell the president to get on the stick. Now's not the time for public relations. Now's not the time for press conferences every day. Now's the time for action. I'm talking about action. So instruct your Attorney General to support Freedom Watch's lawsuits. That's not going to happen. They'll probably actually defend the Chinese. I'm not kidding. I have enough experience. I'm a former Justice Department lawyer. They defend foreign governments that have been sued in U.S. courts with your money, by the way. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. We're the only game in town. Other public interest groups, they just send petitions. Petitions go into the circular file. That's called the trash can, where they say, the Trump campaign, send us money. The president's taking on China. The president's not taking on China. Calling it the China virus is not taking on China. China has blackmailed the president because they have our medicines. We need the medicines for relief. Only Freedom Watch can do this. And we will do it as your Justice Department, the real Justice Department. So go to freedomwatchusa.org. Join the class actions. Contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We are seeking justice. And share this podcast. You can find it at freedomwatchusa.org, on Spotify, on iTunes, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on Facebook, on Twitter, all over. Share it. Get the word out. We have our own fate in our own hands. We must rise up peacefully and legally and wage a second American revolution. Our government has forsaken us. They can't even agree on when we're going to open up with this terrible economic collapse that we've had. Governors and Trump are fighting. We, the American people, must do it for ourselves. So I want to thank you for your support. God bless you and your family. Stay safe. God bless me and my family. And God bless the United States. We will live. We will survive with the grace of God. But God helps those that help themselves, as I've said before, not a new phrase. We need to now rise up. We just came through Easter. We came through Passover. Now's the time that the people of this country must be set free of the bondage of despots, of tyrants like the communist Chinese, and frankly, our own government. Until tomorrow, thank you for listening to me, and have a nice day.